What's good, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So with this video I have decided that I'll continue my book review series that I had started long back ago, and there are already 2 to 3 videos uploaded in the playlist. So if you haven't really checked out, I have linked the playlist right there in the I button, so you can go ahead and do check them out as well. So with this video I am going to start out with one of my most personal favorite self-help book. Today we are going to review The 5 AM Club by Robin Sharma. Now, on a personal note, I'm not really a great fan of self-help books. But when it comes to The 5 AM Club of Robin Sharma, my entire perspective of self-help books changed in a great manner. Robin Sharma has put the entire concept of 5 AM Club in so cunning manner that even if you are a big fan of fiction books, and if you do not like non-fiction books or self-help books, you will actually fall in love with the 5 AM Club. Now here in this review I'll not be elaborating more of the fictional part, so if you really want to know about the review of the fictional part of the book as well, go ahead onto the lostwanderer.in, where I have uploaded the entire detailed review of the entire book. Now, why are we saying that he has put a lot of things in a very cunning manner? Now, the first thing is that he has tried to put all the concepts that he knows in a very, in a kind of a story fashion, right? Now, like there are 2 to 3 people who are discussing among themselves. There is a traveling from one place to another in order to teach certain lessons. So these are the little tiny things that actually stay in your brain, and it just does not become a boring book of something like what we call it as like this. It doesn't become boring as this one, because this is, I don't know, I mean, this is not my favorite book, so yeah, we cannot really talk about this here. Now, if you are able to put up all the concepts of the 5 AM Club in your life, then trust me or not, you will be changed forever. Now, initially when I started to read the book, like back 3 to 4 months ago, I tried to wake up early. I know that it's about 5 AM Club and it's all of different things, but that is not a mandatory thing to do, right? The book never forces you to wake up at 5 AM sharp. It is an ideal time to wake up, but it is not a foundation for you to wake up at 5 a.m., right? You can wake up at 6 a.m., you can wake up at 7 a.m. as well, but the 5 a.m. is the most appropriate time to wake up and start your day. So it is not only centered to waking up early in the morning and doing other your basic stuff. Now, Robin Sharma has divided the first golden hour of your day into the 3 spans of 20 minutes each. Now, this is what we call it as 20-20-20 rule. The 20-20-20 rule considers basically the 3 parts. First, to move, reflect, and grow. The first initial 20 minutes of your golden hour should be spent in moving around your body, which means that you should be spending the first or the initial 20 minutes of your time in order to do some physical exercises. You should jog, you should run, you should do some exercises like that of push-ups or anything like that, anything that excites you the most, in order to move your body first of all, which definitely brings up a lot of positive impact in your day-to-day life as well. And the second one is to reflect. Now, reflect means that you should be focusing on your mental health. You should be doing certain things like that of meditation and performing yoga and different other things, which helps your mind to calm down in the morning hour, which helps your mind to grow, and which helps your mind to basically run or function in a very great manner. The third one, or the third category of the 20-20-20 rule, is to grow. The last but not the least 20 minutes of your golden hour should be spent in your overall growth, whether it is physical as well as mental. The time span of growth should be involved in certain things like that of reading books, listening to amazing podcasts, doing certain online courses if you are doing or studying your subjects of your education, and doing a lot of different other things that excites you the most in the growing time span of the last 20 minutes of your golden hour. So this was the 20-20-20 rule, which was my personal favorite, and irrespective of the time that I wake up. I generally wake up at around 6 to 7 a.m. in the morning. I understand, I believe that I cannot wake up at 5 a.m. It's too early for me to be honest. But I wake up at between 6 to 7 a.m. and I make sure that I spend the initial golden hour of my time in order to follow these three steps, which is to move, grow, and reflect. And now, in the end of the book review, the best part about the book that I feel is one of the best mentions, or I feel that one of the best chapter of this book is the four habits of the history makers. Any great personality that you pick up, any great personality like that of Elon Musk or Steve Jobs or whoever else maybe, they have acquired these four common things, or the four habits of the history makers, that has enabled the great personalities to be great. And I firmly believe that these four qualities are the ones which can even excel your life as well. So the first and the foremost thing that Robin Sharma talks about in this book is the capitalization of your IQ. This, especially in 21st century, the time in where we are living right now, we are living in an age of information era. The one who will be holding the most amount of information, the most amount of knowledge, is going to be the real boss in society. Like earlier back in the 18th or 19th century, when people were, when land was the commodity to hold, and the one who would be holding the most amount of land as a surface area on the earth, he or she was considered as one of the richest person among that society. But that time is gone long back. This is the time of information era where a lot of information is available just under your one click. The one who will be holding the most amount of data, the most amount of knowledge, is going to be the real boss in the society. So if you want to reach a better level of yourself, then do not control your eagerness to know more. Be hungry, stay hungry for knowledge, and acquire the most amount of knowledge that you can, whether it is related to your educational field or not. So this is the step number one, which is the capitalization of your IQ level. The second most important thing that he talks about the history makers is the freedom from distractions. Now, if you ask me, then the great people of the society has actually have a great control over themselves, right? They know how to control their brain, they know how to control their situations, right? And they even if they cannot control the entire world, but they can control themselves. And there comes our second point, which is the freedom from distraction. When you have a great control on yourself, your distraction will be a lot lesser than that of general public. So the freedom from distraction is step number two towards your history making journey. Now, the third step that Robin Sharma talks about in the book is personal mastery. Personal mastery is basically about personal growth. Personal growth, as in terms of being healthy, as in terms of being knowledgeable, as in terms of being the best person to evolve, and to best person to be when you are put under stressful situation. You should know what to do and what not to do. And so personal mastery basically means the overall personal growth of your personality basically. And this is something which is very common as well. So we have also discussed about personality development in one of my podcasts with Prithvi Raj. If you haven't really gone through the podcast, and go ahead and check it out as well. And the fourth and the most important aspect of history makers is what I believe is day stacking. The day stacking basically means the power of compounding. Now, power of compounding is actually considered as the eighth wonder of the world, even by Albert Einstein. What does compounding really means? Now, in very simple and layman terms, compounding basically means to do stuff repeatedly. Like for example, you cannot, if even after reading, suppose after reading this book, you wake up at 5 a.m. one day, but the next day you still wake up at 9 a.m. So that's not going to help. That's not going to help you in any way. You have to do things repeatedly in order to fit that particular thing in your schedule. And that's what we call it as compounding. Day stacking basically means a similar thing. Like when you wake up, when you exercise, when you do a lot of different other things, you have to repeat themselves so that you can get most out of it. And can be a better person as well. So with this, we really end up this amazing book review of the 5 a.m. Club. So if you haven't really gone through this book, you should definitely go through this book. It is one of the most and the best life-changing book if you apply all concepts of this book in your life. So if you like the review, then do not forget to hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, do hit the subscribe button. A lot of great videos are actually coming up, and do not forget to follow me on Instagram as well. I am sharing a lot of different value points on Instagram as well. So thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you so much.